The flamboyant way he drove the cars, he showed us what a driver needed to do. He was a champion, a real fighter, a gift to the world, and he brought much glory to Ferrari. The words of Enzo Ferrari talking about Gilles Villeneuve, the late Canadian whose name is etched onto the starting grid here. It is a great venue named for a great driver. Good afternoon and welcome to the Canadian Grand Prix, officially round 9 of the Formula One World Championship in 2023. Yesterday's rain has cleared. It is a new day. We have a dry track and it runs to 4.6 kilometers, 2.7 miles, 14 turns, not much in the way of elevation, plenty in the way of action since we first went racing here back in 1978. Let's send you down to the opening sequence of corners that begin the lap. Turns 1 and 2, Stroll versus Magnussen. Can easily be run out of road, as the Haas driver proved after his race came undone on the opening lap here last year. What a Grand Prix it was in 2011. On the final lap, Vettel putting a wheel on the wet part of the circuit, through went Jenson Button to one of the all-time great Formula One victories. He went from the back to the front, to the hairpin at turn 10. Vettel versus Ricciardo at a circuit where you can absolutely overtake in more than just one place. It is the soft, the medium and the hard for everyone in the field. The C5, the C4 and the C3 tyre, but there's not a lot of data to go with those compounds. The softest in the Pirelli range. Okay, let's take you to live pictures of this fantastic venue and run you through the grid where Joe is at the back. For the first time in a year of Grand Prix racing, Tsunoda is one of 4 drivers to get a 3-place penalty for impeding. Then it's Logan Sargent, next to Nick de Vries. They're both starting the Canadian Grand Prix for the first time. Lance Stroll impeded Ocon and got a 3-place drop. Gasly was impeded and was furious as a result. He's P15. Valtteri Bottas' worst career start at this venue. He's next to Magnussen, who is in 13th position. Perez has missed Q3 at the last 3 races. His worst run since 2019, decides his worst starting position of the season, thanks to another impeding penalty. Then it's Charles Leclerc in 10th, next to Alex Albon in 9th. It's an all-McLaren row with Oscar Piastri next to Lando Norris. They're 8th and 7th. Esteban Ocon was really pleased with 6th place given the lack of reliability. He's had Hülkenberg drop from the front row down to P5. Mercedes looking ahead, aiming for the podium. Russell is 4th, Hamilton is 3rd. It's Fernando Alonso and Max Verstappen on the front row, the same front row as 1 year ago. And the Canadian Grand Prix is go! Max Verstappen's got a good start, so is Lewis Hamilton, straight up to 2nd position. Past Fernando Alonso he goes. Watch Ocon trying to improve as well. Sainz trying to go around the outside. Does he have the room? Oh, it's a miracle he made that corner. Better traction off the corner. Oh, and into the wall. Into the wall goes Magnussen, who has to rejoin, and he finds himself dropping down.
Stop the car, park near the marshal post, critical message.
Logan Sargent out of the Grand Prix.
We see the move from Piastri on Hülkenberg. I love a bit of that.
Nice move from the Australian rookie. Oh, George Russell has hit the barrier. There's front wing further back down the racetrack. So Verstappen, Hamilton, Alonso in the pits. Hamilton was tight, so he goes into 8. We're heading to 9 now. This is the moment. He's over the curb.
Yeah, he launched it over the curb.
Oh, it's tight. It's on the limit.
To break there, yeah, it looked pretty dangerous to me.
Norris given that 5-second penalty. Is he just going to launch one? Look at this from miles back to take the place from his teammate. Albon had a run. Off the road goes Oscar Piastri. There's a place gain for Alexander Albon.
Okay, Kev, we need to drop a place back behind Ocon.
And suddenly Bottas absolutely torches past the Haas.
In the McLaren, there's on much better tyres around the outside.
Does he have the room? Oh, that's magnificent. Now, does he dive to the inside? Fernando Alonso fights his way through, gets past Lewis Hamilton and takes 2nd place. Here's Nick de Vries. Here's Nick de Vries with the pass to the inside. They're close to banging wheels. Does that open the door? Lock up and contact again. They're banging wheels in both corners, and how do they get out of this one? Yellow flag is out in the first sector of the racetrack.
So then de Vries goes to the inside, and then it's just quite rude from de Vries trying to usher K-Mag wide at turn 2. So dirty on the inside line, they just couldn't get the car stopped. K-Mag then couldn't turn in because there was an AlphaTauri there. And look, he just has to turn out in the end.
Sergio Perez trying to rescue another Sunday for the third race in a row, but at this track you can overtake. Oh, Russell in the Mercedes. What's the issue for the British driver?
So we think we're going to have to retire this car. Front left brake wear is too high.
Out of them, late lunge, really late lunge for Lando Norris, but Valtteri Bottas will try to fight back. Finally, someone is able to force a move.
I almost knocked myself out on that curve.
For Red Bull, though, a journey that began in 2005. Max Verstappen wins the Canadian Grand Prix. Norris bails out of it, and Lance Stroll finds his way past Valtteri Bottas over the line. They'll both be in the points, though. Stroll, P9. And Verstappen with an enormous lead in the World Championship now. As he matches Ayrton Senna's win total today, he chases his championship total by the end of the year.
Day again. It was not the easiest day because it was hard to keep the tire temperature, especially on the hard tire. So that was maybe not the best stint, but we kept the gap, and we just managed that stint on the hard, and then we switched back to the medium, which I think was a little bit better for me. But not the easiest day. I think normally we are very strong on tire deck, and here it's actually the opposite. I think today you probably would have wanted a car which was maybe a bit harder on the tires to switch them on, but nevertheless we still won, and that's what counts.
Super day for us. The car felt good, competitive. We lost a place at the start, but then we were able to overtake Luis, and at the end, when we thought that the race was a little bit over and secure, Luis was very fast and putting out the pressure on us. So it was at the end 70 laps of qualifying. So I really love it.
We didn't make progress this weekend because we've not brought upgrades, but in general we know we've taken that step, and for us to be on the podium 2 races in a row is fantastic. We just got to keep chipping away at it, keep up with this consistency, and then I need a lump of performance added to the car. So that's what I'm asking for.
I have to say, the work that's been done at the factory to get this upgrade ready has been monumental. We knew this track would suit us, and we did put a lot into this weekend. We really put our eggs into one basket, and it's great to pay off. We are fighting the AlphaTauris in the championship, and they are very consistent, dangerously consistent. But luckily for us, and unfortunately for them, they've always, they're in the kind of P11 area. So to get these points on the board, I believe puts us up into 9th now for now. We need to continue with that. This upgrade is working well, so let's see.
Small mistake from my side with massive consequences, just ran a little bit too wide, hit the curb, and next thing I knew I was in the wall. As for the brakes actually felt okay from my side, but obviously the team have the data and they could see the rate of progression, so just obviously disappointed. Positives to take away that the car was quick on a track that we wasn't really expecting to be that competitive, but it wasn't good enough, and there was at least 12 points on the table for us as a team.